We all get that movies are an illusion, but the real magic, the real trick, isn't just about what you see on screen. It's about how movies build the very reality you experience, and a lot of the time, they do it by using what they don't show you.
I mean, really think about it. When you're sucked into a great movie, what are you seeing? You see people, places, a whole world that feels completely real, completely self-contained, right?
Well, that's the secret sauce, isn't it? Cinema is just as much an art of omission as it is an art of presentation. The real power comes from what's deliberately left out, what's hiding just beyond the edge of the frame.
So let's dive into the first and maybe most fundamental illusion, this invisible world that exists just outside the shot. It's a space we can never see, but one that every filmmaker works hard to make us feel.
This concept, called off-screen space, or just the off, is one of the basic building blocks of film. It's what makes that rectangle on the screen feel less like a picture and more like a window. When a character walks out of the shot, we don't think they've just poofed out of existence. We automatically assume they've just stepped into this other unseen area.
But what is this off-screen space really? Well, there are kind of two big schools of thought. For a theorist like André Bazin, it was all about realism. The world off-screen is stable, it's predictable, it's just a continuation of what we see. But for someone like Noel Birch, it was a weapon. The off is a playground for creating tension, a place where the unseen can become a huge source of suspense.
And if you think about traditional Hollywood movies, they're built on that first idea, Bazin's idea. The whole point is to make you forget you're watching a movie. Every camera move, every cut, is designed to create this feeling of a stable, believable world that just keeps going forever outside the frame.
Modern filmmakers, though, they love to mess with us using that off-screen space. They use it to put us on edge. You hear a weird sound from a room we can't see. A character stares at something just out of frame. We immediately get that little jolt of anxiety, of curiosity.
And suddenly, it's a place of pure possibility. I mean, think about it. The monster you can't see is always way scarier than the one you can. A whispered conversation that you can't quite make out is so much more intriguing. The off is where the filmmaker forces your own imagination to do the scary work for them.
Okay, so this idea gets even more interesting when you think about not just what's unseen, but what's heard coming from that invisible space. And that brings us to the incredible power of the voiceover.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? What we hear can totally change, totally redefine what we see. And there's no sound more powerful, more capable of shaping our perception than a disembodied voice telling us what's going on.
I mean, the voiceover has this incredible authority. It isn't tied to any one person or place in the film. It kind of floats above everything, outside of time and space. And because of that, we trust it. It's like the voice of God, or at least the voice of a storyteller who knows the beginning, the middle, and the end.
There was this incredible experiment by the filmmaker Chris Marker that proves this perfectly. He took the exact same footage of workers in Siberia and showed it 3 times, but each time with a totally different voiceover. With an upbeat pro-Soviet narration, they looked like happy heroes building a new world. With a dark, ominous narration, they looked like tragic slaves. And with a neutral, objective one, they just looked like determined people doing a tough job. The images never changed, but the reality did, completely. The voiceover literally created the truth.
All right, so we've got the world beyond the frame, and we've got this all-knowing voice from nowhere. But there is one more gigantic thing that is almost always kept off-screen: the filmmaking machine itself. Yeah, the biggest secret that movies keep from us is the fact that they're being made at all. The cameras, the lights, the mics, the director yelling action, the huge amount of work by the crew, all of it is painstakingly hidden from view to protect that magical reality effect.
And really, filmmakers have a choice here. You've got some, like Jean-Luc, who want to reveal the machine. They'll show you the camera on purpose to remind you, hey, you're watching a movie. This is a construction. But the much more common approach, the one Hollywood perfected, is to preserve the magic at all costs. Hide all the work to keep you lost in that seamless, immersive world.
So all of these illusions, the world beyond the frame, that all-knowing voice, the hidden machinery, it's all controlled by one single incredibly powerful action: the cut.
Let me tell you a quick story that just shows this power perfectly. So, the famous writer André Bazin is sitting for a documentary. The camera's rolling, capturing him for history. Pretty standard stuff. But then, he does the one thing you're never, ever supposed to do. He looks right down the barrel of the camera lens. He stops being a subject
and starts challenging the whole apparatus. He's looking right at us, the future audience.
And as the theorist André Bazin put it, a storm of tension just fills the air. The camera's unblinking, mechanical eye has him pinned. He's completely trapped in this silent, awkward standoff.
And finally, after what must have felt like an eternity, he cracks. He gives up. He surrenders to the machine, and he just pleads, "Cut." He's begging for the illusion to just stop.
But here is the ultimate power play. The director didn't cut then. The real cut, the one that actually mattered, happened way later, in the editing room. And the editor decided to keep his plea in the movie. So Godet's moment of pure vulnerability, his desperate cry to escape, just becomes another part of the show, packaged for our entertainment.
So, after pulling back the curtain like this, what does it all mean for us when we sit down to watch a movie? What's the big takeaway?
Well, it means understanding that film has this hidden grammar. It's a language built on that world just beyond the frame, the godlike authority of the narrator, the totally concealed labor of the crew, and all of it, every last bit, is orchestrated by the absolute power of the editor's cut.
These aren't just random filmmaking techniques. They're the rules of a game being played between the creator and you, the audience. And hopefully, the next time you watch a movie, you'll be able to see not just the story, but the subtle, powerful, and invisible ways that story is being controlled. The question is, now that you know the rules, can you see the game?